Well, hello everyone. Dr. Seamus here, and I'm going to be talking about some top ways we can bolster immunity to help lessen the risk of things like COVID and influenza, especially heading into the winter months here. And I'm going to be talking about a four-tiered approach, things we can implement today that, again, help reduce the chances of getting those infections. And so I'm going to start off number one here by saying that we need to really optimize how we think and have just proper thinking. And I was reading an article earlier today that really took a look at a prolonged chronic high stress level in patients and what kind of effect that had specifically on the gut. And it ended up causing a couple of different things they mentioned. One was leaky gut syndrome, and the other was dysbiosis. And that means there's an improper ratio of the good to bad microbes in the gut. And so what we can see happen through this is that when the gut becomes permeable, toxins can get into the bloodstream, start to lodge elsewhere in the body, also cause allergenic responses elsewhere. And this can be a foundation for so many different autoimmune issues and diseases that people are dealing with today. And so we need to make sure we are optimizing our thought life. I love how Proverbs puts it. Be careful how you think. Your life is shaped by your thoughts. And our thoughts actually can really dictate our reality. We need to be careful how we are thinking. And if you're someone who always thinks, I'm never going to get better, I'm always sick, this and that, that's kind of the reality that you're causing through words. And so I think we need to really be cognizant, conscientious about the words we're saying, how we're thinking. And for me, one way I like to accomplish just healthy thinking is just starting off my day in the Bible, in the truth, communing with the Lord, and also just practicing gratitude and just recounting the things I'm grateful for, how God has blessed me, all these provisions and benefits. And so there's that vertical element of the relationship there. But then, we're also created to be in union with other people. And so I think it's so beneficial and so needed and necessary to make sure we have proper social circles and other people we can just do life with, have support with, accountability with, and just be able to pray with and talk to and open up with. And, we are just designed to be in relationship with other people. So that kind of fulfills that horizontal element there. But just proper thinking is so important, oftentimes overlooked, but has such a profound effect on overall body health and immunity. Okay, so that's the number one thing I wanted to mention. Number two is going to be exercise. And, we all know the benefits of exercise, but this is something that can, just for one thing, really bolster immunity, help with proper blood flow and perfusion through the body, allow for proper mental health through endorphin release too, great for the muscles, the joints. And, I learned in school that, one of the best exercise, or just the best exercise for someone to do, is really just what they're even going to do. And so if you're someone who likes to play tennis, just do that. Or maybe it's swimming or it's bike riding or whatever it is, just start doing something to get your body moving. Maybe 30 to 60 minutes a day can be a good target to shoot for. And, maybe somewhere down the road, it can be good to have more structure where there's some resistance training coupled with the aerobic and the cardiovascular stuff. But just the point is just to get the body moving. This is going to really help bolster immunity, great for blood sugar stabilization as well, overall blood pressure too. And so many benefits. Exercise is the number two thing. And I just say start off doing really anything that you like to do, that you enjoy doing, that you're going to Tory diet. Okay. And we know that there are really four different classes of things that can fuel and really propagate inflammation in the body. And this is going to be things like gluten-containing grains, conventional dairy products, hydrogenated oils, as well as refined sugars and grains. And all of these things, to some extent, can really compromise the gut, can really feed and fuel bad bacteria and candida and yeast, and cause more of that leaky gut, that intestinal permeability issue. So we want to focus on more of an anti-inflammatory diet. So certain clean and lean proteins like organic turkey and chicken, wild-caught salmon, grass-fed beef can be great options here. Healthy fats like coconut oil and coconut products, avocado, chia and flax seeds, walnuts, almonds, ghee. These are some great fat options. When it comes to carbs, I like to recommend things like wild rice, quinoa, buckwheat, squash, sweet potato, and then even a handful of berries can be great in this department. And then things like bone broth can be great as well to really help seal up the gut, provide good collagen to the body, and help ward off that leaky gut issue. Incorporating more spices, turmeric, ginger, cinnamon can be great, super anti-inflammatory. Um, and so this is what we want to accomplish when it comes to an anti-inflammatory diet, seeing if we can focus on more of these foods, especially to fermented foods like kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, tempeh are going to really help colonize the colon with beneficial bacteria and crowd out a lot of the bad species of candida and yeast and pathogenic bacteria that can inflict damage. And so this is going to be a good anti-inflammatory approach. So I'd say if we can see if we can focus on a lot more of these options. And then the fourth thing is just going to be really supplementing appropriately. And for people, sometimes for people, that's just maybe a fish oil, a multivitamin, multimineral, probiotic, a vitamin D, or some of the basic stuff. For other patients, I see really it needs to be a little more in depth because we're working on really eradicating an active problem. And so this is really where lab work can come in handy. And, for me, focusing really on GI health, oftentimes I'll get a stool sample to see, is there bacterial overgrowth, yeast overgrowth? Is there a parasitic burden in the body? And we can really start to target things more specifically to see maybe if it's a gut issue, we need to be looking at some berberine or myrrh, or if it's a liver issue, we can do some milk thistle to detoxify that, or if we need to rehab the adrenals more, schizandra or ashwagandha. There's different herbs that can really specifically target different glands, different organs. And, when it comes to viral burden specifically, things like astragalus, andrographis, elderberry, echinacea can be great options to really help optimize immunity and ward off, again, any kind of chance of that viral burden. But then also with the supplements too, it can be great to do things like collagen, again, to further reinforce that gut lining, which is really predominantly composed of collagen, as well as maybe a probiotic supplement. Soil-based organisms are great, or even Saccharomyces boulardii or Bacillus subtilis, Bacillus coagulans. Different genus and species of bacteria can be really healthful and beneficial, again, to crowd out the bad and to recolonize with the good. So those are really just the four major kind of components and headings that I wanted to address today. I think if we can implement these to a great healthy extent, we're going to see tremendous advances in our overall immunity and our body's ability to fight off these pathogenic organisms and different viral burdens that can enter the body. And so that's my recommendation to you guys. See if you guys can start to implement some of these steps. And I think heading into winter, this is going to really be a huge, great protocol to really, again, reduce the likelihood of contracting any kind of viral infection. So guys, hope this was beneficial and insightful to you in some sort of manner. And I will see you guys shortly in a follow-up video. Hope you all have a great rest of the day. See you soon. Bye.